Welcome to Brands Hatch for the next round of the BRSCC Mazda MX-5 Championship. Now, last time out, Anglesey, we saw a lot of incident, a lot of action, and this time round here at Brands Hatch, well, we're hoping for just the same. Let's go straight over to Duncan then in the commentary booth for race number 1.
So welcome to Brands Hatch. Duncan Vincent once again with the Mazdas, and they're gridding up already with Tom Roach and James Blake Baldwin on the front row of the grid, Alan Henderson and Brett Smith, with Daniel Rogers and Alex Preston, yellow car, on the third row of the grid. Ed Gay and Charlie Charman alongside each other, with Jordan Albert and Huffy Gary Hufford in 10th. Paul Bishop is 11th with Simon Goddard in 12th. Keep your eyes on Simon Goddard. And Callum Edwards is alongside JJ Clements in 14th. 15th for Sam Smith, then Jade Edwards, Blackwell Chambers and Will Phillips, with Roberts and Tolley rounding out the 20 car field. And you can see beautiful weather conditions here at Brands Hatch, and we're already away, and it's an absolutely flying start with a Blendini Motorsport man off Tom Roach as he flies in towards the first corner. Paddock Hill bend as we go on board, looking back towards the pack. James Blake Baldwin, we are looking straight at there, the blue car with the white stripes over the bonnet. These little 1600cc engines getting absolutely rashed as they come up towards Druids. There we go, we're looking for any movement further down the field there, but everybody being very well behaved. Unlike in qualifying, we may add, of an awful lot of people getting laps taken away from them in qualifying for exceeding track limits. And there's Charman already up there inside Daniel Rogers. The Charman making a good move in the white car with the red stripe over the crest of it as we come through the fast flowing part of Brands Hatch. Charlie Charman is ahead there, but there's the other one, Simon Goddard, number 46 there, the other one I say, but Simon Goddard, we did warn you, keep your eyes on that number 46 car. And Ed Gay, looks like he's picked up a sponsor on the side of that car, trying to go underneath Rogers as they come round, but not to be for Ed Gay. They're trying very hard, putting his nose maybe in a place where it possibly shouldn't have been. But that's how quick a lap gets reeled off here at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, down Paddock Hill bend. Look at the drop as the cars come down and climb straight away back up. Now that's probably where everybody was getting penalised for track limits back there. As we look further down, there's JJ Clements coming up the inside, just about having a bit of contact there with Simon Goddard in the 46 car, but JJ Clements managed to just back it with that one and not have any happenings but further round the lap. Well, it's all happening here, that's for sure. Along Cooper Straight they go, heading towards the fast flowing part of the circuit, which I do like, the left and the right as they come through Surtees as well. And you can see Al Henderson just floating that little MX-5 round there, number 90, the red car with the black top, just beautifully skating it as it comes into view. And now they're going to have to watch here, because Tom Roach, our man in the number 1 car, defending champion, is pulling away from the number 2 car, last year's runner-up, as they come past the pit lane again. Top of Paddock Hill bend, down we go here. Guys managing to keep it in tow this time. Alex Preston is just off the back of this leading 3. He's in 4th place. That's in 5th place is Alex Preston. Keep your eyes on young Alex. A very hard charger, very fast driver. The yellow car, which is currently in 5th place, just out of our shot. And Al Henderson giving James Blake Baldwin absolutely no respite. Car in 4th place is Brett Smith, but they're on board with Preston as we come through. He's looking at the back of Charlie Charman there. Charlie Charman has just slipped past somebody on this lap, possibly going in towards Druids, just out of our shot there, but Charman. And then Daniel Rogers with Ed Gay right up the back, and Ed Gay again cuts towards the inside. Now, can he make this move stick? Has he got enough power under the bonnet of that number 14 car? No, he's not, as we ride on board with Alex Preston. As Alex comes up towards Paddock Hill bend, just a little correction in that steering with the car almost in a nice floaty manoeuvre as it goes over the top of Paddock Hill bend there. Then he turns the steering wheel. Looked like it had possibly a little bit of understeer with the front of the car, wants to push on. But oh, somebody going off in the background there, somebody going very, very wide at Paddock Hill bend into the gravel at the bottom. That was a white car. That wasn't Ed Gay. No, Ed Gay's still there. We've still got Ed, thankfully. Just behind number 70, Daniel Rogers there. So that was somebody taking a rather different route, shall we say. But at the front it's still Tom Roach in that green Blendini Motorsport car, and he's still ahead of Blake Baldwin with Alan Henderson and Brett Smith. Then there's a gap back. Can Charman bridge the gap with Preston, Rogers and Gay as they come through to strike off one other lap here at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. Beautiful sunshine in Kent today, absolutely glorious weather. You can see the guys at the start of the show when they were standing, showing the spectators wearing shorts and t-shirt, looking like they're enjoying themselves here at Brands Hatch. As we see a move further down there, car number 43. Well, Blackwell Chambers under all sorts of pressure as you go to Paddock Hill Bend, and that's really not what you want to be seeing in your rearview mirror. A car that close to the back of you as you go into Paddock Hill Bend. But Blackwell Chambers in the blue and green car manages to hold off that manoeuvre. Sam Smith's also in there. Sam Smith in our pink car. On board with 17, William Phillips down towards Graham Hill Bend. William trying to set up some sort of manoeuvre on the exit, cuts back towards the inside. Good bit of driving there to get Mark Tolley on the exit. Cracking bit of driving there. As we pick back up with Will Blackwell Chambers. As he comes through towards the end of the lap, you can see the Grand Prix track just in the background there, but he goes very, very wide. As he comes back onto the main straight, not much of a straight here actually at Brands Hatch, one big long continuous corner, downhill all the way, crossing the start finish line, then it starts to climb back up towards Paddock Hill Bend, almost blind on the way in towards that when you're sitting in the car, and then on you go. But back at the front, look at this, back at the front, closed up for second, third and fourth, still a nice little bit of a buffer for the Blendini Motorsport man of Tom Roach, who's leading the way. Long Cooper Straight, lot of 1600cc cars absolutely working as hard as they possibly can, and James Blake Baldwin looks like he closes in on the brakes here. The concertina effect always shows that up, but as we come through the corner, Roach just accelerates away. Now Henderson is right in the slipstream, as is Brett Smith. Brett Smith's been getting quicker and quicker all year. A man we really have to take note of now, as look at this coming in towards Paddock Hill Bend. This is starting to get a little bit lively now, lads. Watch not run wide at the bottom. The race control race director will be watching that, as Henderson's now having to defend from the ever-advancing blue 39 car, Brett Smith. As we drop out the Druids, down towards Graham Hill Bend. The reprofile Graham Hill Bend. Reprofiled must be some 10 years ago now. Quite a while. Used to be a very fast corner. But they've made it into another good overtaking place here at Brands Hatch. As we hear the cars going through, they look back to the next battle, and it's all changed. Daniel Rogers, Ed Gay, Charlie Chaman, Alex Preston. Rogers and Gay have been the big improvers here, and Alex Preston, well, it's all starting to go a little bit south for Alex. He's dropping off the back of Charlie Chaman as we go on board with him. Across the start-finish line, up towards Paddock Hill Bend. You can see that it does go a little bit blind there. You've got to try and pick your turning point and get back on the gas as you plummet down. The big compression at the bottom, you've got to have a good bit of suspension stability and setup in the car there to cope with that, and then try and get it through Druids at the top of another hill. Preston is, he's lost quite a few positions. They won't be happy with that. We did see a bit of an accident for Alex last time. Anglesey was caught up in fact, Anglesey was a little bit like banger racing almost, isn't it? It was a destruction derby with cars littering the circuit, a red flag coming out, brake failure for cars, and all sorts of damage at Anglesey. And Alex Preston and Ed Gay were both caught up in accidents, unfortunately. But great to see them back here at Brands Hatch. Now Daniel Rogers in that blue car, blue front with the black back. Number 70. Oh, somebody's having a grass tracky moment there. He comes back on. Oh, he's just about losing it. Oh, there's contact. And both drivers having the longest accident of their lives. Number 23, Martin Tolley. Eventually, yes, he's still going through the dust cloud and back on. That's the longest accident I've seen in MX-5 racing yet. But Martin does manage to save that one. He'll be trying to clean his tyres up now as he goes through Paddock Hill Bend. We're focusing with the leading four. Tom Roach just, as you can see the dust cloud still hanging in the air there. Tom Roach just managing to keep that nice little gap at the front as Callum Edwards now battling with Will Blackwell Chambers. Callum Edwards in the 1-2-3 car. Nice, easy, distinctive number to remember for us. And there's number 31, the pink car, Sam Smith. Looking through a bit of damage in the back of Sam's car actually. Looks like there's maybe a little bit of back left damage there. Never mind that, Rogers holds off Gay, Sharman and Preston as they come up towards... Now, was that Gary Gary Hufford that we're getting a little glimpse of? Is that Gary Hufford just behind Alex Preston, the red car? Let's try and get a visual on that, because if that's Gary Hufford, that's a great bit of driving. The Hufford looks up the inside, it is Gary Hufford. Cracking manoeuvre, he can't make that one stick, but he's bridged a big gap to get up to the back of Alex Preston, the ailing Alex Preston now. We've got to think that Alex is in some sort of issue, whether it's tyres or whether it's his car setup round Brands Hatch, because he's a quick enough man. But look at this, Gary Hufford. Huffy is now all over the back of that yellow car, the red number 45 car, just a little corrective oversteer moment there as he goes through. But he has rocketed back up, and he's doing some very, very good lap times as we look at our computer here. So far the best fastest lap of the race has gone to Brett Smith, actually. Brett Smith with a 57.179. And now the lead starting to extend for the Glendini Motorsport man at the front. Tom Roach. That looks like it's almost up to about a second now. And he won't be breathing any easier in that car, I can guarantee that. But what is happening here, James Blake Baldwin is seriously trying to hold off Alan Henderson, who in turn, they're running a little bit wide of Graham Hill Bend there. Henderson in turn is keeping a watchful view on Brett Smith. And all of the time that's just releasing Tom Roach at the front, as we see once again Blackwell Chambers going up the inside of Callum Edwards. It's a good manoeuvre, but that's opened up the door on the inside. But no, they're going to both come back over the Edwards, being quite forceful in the 1-2-3 car. Oh, a little bit of rubbing, a little bit of side-to-side contact there. Two abreast and Graham Hill Bend is never the best for your health. But they managed to actually make that one stick, thankfully, as we come along Cooper Street now. Oh, back up the inside goes Edwards in the 1-2-3 car. Fair bit of driving there, actually. William Phillips once again trying alongside. You've got to think this has got the air of inevitability about it as we head towards Paddock Hill Bend. Now, has he got the move made this time? You can still just see Edwards alongside him. He brakes on the inside, just be a little bit braver, and he gets the car through the corner, fighting, correcting the steering all the time down Paddock Hill Bend. Brave manoeuvre, big boy stuff there. And back up the inside goes Edwards. No, Edwards now having to defend again, and that's from Jordan Albert now in there, number 99. So cracking little battle here. A little bit further down the field. Callum Edwards is a little bit lame now. Well, Blackwell Chambers has managed to get away from that. And also right in the middle of this is Alex Roberts as well, number 15, Alex Roberts. The second of the blue car, who's just been overtaking there, just got nudged out of the way by our friend Martin Tolley, who had the world's longest MX-5 accident with about 3 or 4 laps ago. So Tolley, well, he is on a recovery drive. And look at this up at the sharper end now. Car number 17 once again, William Phillips, all over the back of Blackwell Chambers, and he's quicker through Paddock Hill Bend. Can he go up the inside? Yes, he can. Great move, just quicker over the top of Paddock Hill Bend, and he gets Blackwell Chambers nice and early and done and dusted before they're even at Druids, out of Druids, down towards Graham Hill Bend. Obeying the track limits as we come along Cooper Street and head round towards clicking off the lap, but it's all kicking off behind them. That's Martin Tolley on the grass as they come along Cooper Street there. So 1-2-3 Callum Edwards, 99 Jordan Albert, and Martin in number 23, all having a bit of a battle royale here with number 15 Alex Roberts. Off the back of them you can still see the number 23 car still that little bit dusty around about the wheel arches, still sporting a little bit of the Brands Hatch kitty litter there. As we click off another lap, you can see the big hill on the way up towards Paddock Hill Bend from that good camera angle we were getting there actually. We are now looking back from Druids to the bottom of Paddock Hill Bend as this battle is still ripe. Jordan Albert in the 99 car through now ahead of Tolley, and back towards the sharper end we go. Interesting, Gary Hufford hasn't managed to get past Alex Preston, but Ed Gate all over the back of Charlie Chaman, but he's going the long way, not the wrong way, he's going the long way around here. It is the wrong way actually, but does he get a cut back as they get through the bottom of Paddock Hill Bend? Looks like he might have that as he come up towards Druids. Yes, good move. I completely take everything back there, Ed. Cracking bit of driving there. Sussed Charlie Charman out 100% there. The wide line in towards Paddock Hill Bend. He knew he could get a cut back. Wow, love you, man. Brilliant bit of driving. Through Graham Hill Bend along Cooper Street now. Preston getting a great view of this, but people wanting to get involved and further up. Alex a little bit off the race pace where we have seen him normally. As we come through to click off another lap. And getting a good slipstream down the straight now is Charman. Where's Charman going to go? Is he going to try the Ed Gay line? High, wide, handsome around the top, then he cut back. You're going to have to watch because Preston's looking a little bit racy here as he comes down and back up towards Druid. A little bit of a late lunge there, but Charman, well, Ed Gay actually was very charming to Charlie there. They gave him a little bit of room there, did Ed, because I think he saw the incoming white 42 car and yeah, panel damage. Well, we'll leave that behind it and we'll see the back at the front there. Brett Smith now all over the back of Alan Henderson in that number 90 car, and Smith goes up the inside. Great move by Brett Smith, just puts his car right in the spot where Alan Henderson wants to be, and that is a great move. That's a nice clean move here at Brands Hatch, and that is the way to do it. Crossing the line though, Glendini Motorsports Roach, then James Blake Baldwin onto the podium now. Brett Smith said that you cannot discount Alan Henderson. That number 90 car will be back, will be fighting. Guaranteed. Smith already having to defend as they come up towards Druids. Looks like they're both possibly running a bit late and wide there, but no, not to be. Whoa, Brett Smith goes very, very wide. Taking a few liberties on board there as we cut back to the Preston battle. Preston, Ed Gay, Charlie Charman and Gary Hufford. Not in that order, but they're all in that group. As they're coming down Hill Bend. Alex Preston, you want the back, Alex? Yeah, you can pick yourself up in the belt, so have a big deep breath. And this is not an overtaking place, but he's going to have a shot anyway. Almost nudges the back of Charman's car. Will they have a look at the inside here? Yes, oh, there's a bit of contact. Was a contact there? We have to think there possibly was. Ed Gay's off there. Alex Preston having a little look at Ed Gay. 2 into 1 just doesn't go. Thankfully both drivers not having contact with the barrier there and making it away from that seen a little bit of damage in the front of Ed's car there. Possibly a little bit of contact just as we go through there, but good to see both drivers recover and get away from the scene of the crime there. Possibly a few words in the paddock after that between Alex Preston and Ed Gay. I'm pretty sure all is fair in love and war. So here we go. We're now looking at Brett Smith and Alan Henderson. This is really the battle for the final step on the podium, because you have to say that James Blake Baldwin in the number 2 car looks pretty safe in second. Not looking very safe right now. Brett Smith. That thing looked like it was making all all sorts of shapes and sizes there. But he manages to keep his position and cross off another lap. We do. Paddock Hill Bend, looking back from Roach. Lovely clear blue skies here at Brands Hatch. Fantastic weather conditions. The BRSCC will be very happy with the turnout of MX-5s they have got. Having said that, race direction after qualifying, as I said earlier on, they had lots and lots of cars getting the times disallowed for. Running wide, track limits was the big off-put, the big no-no. Keeping 2 wheels inside the white lines at all times. Not having 4 wheels over the white line is the big no-no. The Motorsports Association, the MSA, really cracking down on that, and race direction were very firm, very strict. But look at Brett Smith there, just a beautiful little drift coming through there, and Henderson absolutely following him like a bit of a bad smell. Brett Smith will feel, looking behind in his mirror all the way down the main straight. It is going to be tight for him, that's for sure. Not long left in this race as we come through Paddock Hill Bend. We pick back up with Roach, Blake Baldwin, and here comes the battle for third now. It doesn't matter, track limits have been forgotten now because we're getting towards the pointy end of the race. And if anything, Brett Smith is still the fastest man on the track, still the fastest lap of the race goes for number 39, Brett Smith with that 57.1. Roach reached 57.2. So a tenth of a second round here. Everybody, the top, shall we say, the top 10 guys all lapping in the 57-second bracket. But here he comes, the Blendini Motorsport man through. He's led this one from the start, and he stamped his authority all over it, as Tom Roach. As try as he may, Henderson cannot get back past Brett Smith, but he is trying. As the dash towards the line happens, Roach takes a very, very well-deserved win there. And in second place, it looks like it's going to be the lovable James Blake Baldwin. So there's a lap to go yet, 1 lap to go. I'm getting a little bit excited, a little bit caught up with myself, but there was a move happening from third place as we come up towards Druids there. There was a definite move happening. Brett Smith was under attack from Alan Henderson, but it looked like he failed to do it as he goes through the sectors. So here we go, we'll take him to the start finish line this time and give him the race win. Commentator trying to do it a lap early. Through comes a magnificent drive by Tom Roach. James Blake Baldwin has pushed him all the way, but there's been just that little second gap between the pair of these drivers, almost half the race distance, and here he comes over to take a very well-deserved win this lap. Here is Tom Roach in the number 1 Blendini Motorsport car. There's your checkered flag. In second place is going to be James Blake Baldwin, and Brett Smith a very, very well-deserved third place. And the hard charging Henderson, well, he comes home in 4th place. And Alan will feel a little bit robbed with that one would imagine. So the guys managing to complete 21 laps there, or I called it after 20 laps, but 21 laps of that race around Brands Hatch. That was race 1A, and Tom Roach takes a cracking win. These are the 2 fastest guys in the championship this year. And let's have a look at the finishing order. Roachy wins from Blake Baldwin, Brett Smith, Alan Henderson, Daniel Rogers are your top 5, with Charlie Jarman, a good drive from Gary Hufford in 7th, JJ Clements, Alex Preston, and the luckless Ed Gay down in 10th place after that little coming together, but a good recovery drive from Preston and Gay.
Okay, Brett, 4th on the grid. You had a great race, coming back to finish 3rd, but what a tussle.
Yeah, it's a place, if you find a 10th, basically you found a mile. Alan, I managed to sort of get him into, I tried to make a move on him at Druids, at the inside. He'd hanged around all the way out the outside sort of thing. I stopped him taking the race and I'm going into Graham Hill Bend, made him slower onto 30s. That allowed me to be right up his chuff sort of thing. He got it a tiny little bit sideways at 30s on the exit, and I just looked up the inside of him. Yeah, was quite happy with that move.
And it was a nice movement into clearways. It's not the easiest of corners, is it?
No, my dad sort of told me it was a good idea to sort of go for their sort of thing to doing touring cars. It's quite a good place to overtake, but these are quite slow sort of thing, so it's a hard place to do it sort of thing. Alan made a little bit of a mistake under braking and allowed me to gain a couple of mile an hour on him on the exit. I was on the inside, taking my normal racing line, had it done from there. But Alan kept me under massive pressure, and I made about 3 or 4 mistakes where he sort of could have capitalised, but hopefully.
Well, I was going to say, all the way through the race, you said you overtook him, and then he was a case of he was on you the whole time. There was no relent, was there, really? Yeah,
if you're about even if you're 2 tenths slower, you're going to be on the arse of someone because, the straight sort of thing, you keep it right up there. Alan wasn't 2 tenths slower than me, he was the exact same speed as me, so it made it even harder. Hopefully I can try and do the same, hopefully I can try and do at least one better, that's the aim. But at least another podium, yeah.
Right then, James, pole down to 2nd. Talk us through the race.
Yeah, race was really good. Just Tom's so fast this weekend. Tried to hang on, but just wasn't quick enough, really.
Did you have any problems off the line, though? It looked like the car sort of bed in a bit.
Yeah, I think it was me, really. Just didn't get a very good start, to be honest. Tried my best, but no, it's just not going well for me this weekend.
Well, it's not too bad. 2nd's not too bad. And of course, you had a big fight there, didn't you, with you in sort of the 2nd, 3rd place fight with a couple of drivers. Talk us through those bits there, those moments.
Yeah, Alan Henderson and Brett Smith, again, really, really fast. Had to try and defend a few times from Alan going up the inside. Managed to hang on, and then they got in a scrap themselves, which allowed me to pull away.
Right, Tom, race winner again, familiar story.
Yeah, it was a brilliant race. I mean, the times are so close that I think I was a bit lucky really to get away. I think, strangely, it was like my mistake that helped me win the race. I went wide on clearways, and James tried to go on the outside into the first corner, and that let Alan get involved as well, and Brett was there as well, and I managed to get away then, and that gap kind of just stayed the same.